Alright, time to start recording number 1 of Riki ga Koi ni Ochita no de Shome Shitamita Hot. Or science fell in love, so I try to prove it. R equal 1 minus sine 0. Yes, I am starting my discussion with the second season. The first season is quite good, but there is not a lot to say about it. You either liked it or you didn't. It wasn't exactly animated extremely well. There was a lot of improvements, I think, in the second season. So let me get into that. I think the overall length was really good. There was no real drag episodes or boring episodes. So, after you finally continued seasons of animation, they get progressively worse. Thankfully here, it was the opposite. I feel like the budget was increased significantly from season 1 to season 2, and also there was an addition of a lot more characters, which I'll get into. If you thought the first season though was a bit bland, there's great improvement in the animation department in this regard. A catchy opening and an ending with good visuals worth seeing. The setting is a science lab, typically, and around school or town, and the home of characters. Occasionally they do episodes like beach episodes, things like that. Kind of standard slice of life type tropes, I will say that most of the setting, though, usually takes place in the science lab, which is located in the college. So, for characters, the reoccurring characters that are great continue to be great. You get new additions to the season, with new relationships being added to them. For example, they add Fujiwara Sui and Florette Chris and their relationship, which can be quite amusing. And lends itself to quite a bit of funny scenes. There's a great exploration of Ibarata Ina and Kanade Konata's arc and backstory. It ends up being really emotional. And in case anyone was curious, from the first season, Yamamoto Arika continues to be an antagonist to the story. The character designs are pretty memorable, despite the fact that all of them are scientist types, so they're mostly all wearing lab coats. I'll probably be showing the character designs throughout the video, so you can always make your own decision on that too. For comedy in this show, it's hilarious when it wants to be, but it can also be serious. I would say about halfway through the show, it takes a far more serious tone, but there still tends to be a few funny moments here and there throughout the whole thing. The romantic relationships between characters that existed in the previous season continue. Himura Ayami and Shinya Yukimura continued their relationship, and Ibarata Ina and Inukai Kosuke's relationship is further progressed. In the first season, their kind of relationship was treated more of like a joke, mostly, or a punchline to a lot of jokes, but it's delved into a lot more deeper in this season, I think. Also throughout the season, you see a lot of representation of Kanade Konata's relationships and her feelings on them, and for the most part, you see a pretty good resolution to that part of her story. For the conclusion, I think it was an excellent conclusion that bookended the season and set up for potential future seasons without bringing things to a hard stop. I think the story here had a great improvement over season 1, while still retaining the core science-based comedy, serious storytelling, and romance drama theme. It ended up being exactly what I was looking for the continuation of the series. I was even surprised. Some of the characters that they added in, I was like, oh, what are they going to do with that character? And others, I was like, interesting. I did not expect them to add these type of characters in here. At points, it could also get very serious, which is something that I wasn't necessarily expecting from the second season. I was very surprised and welcomed it. So. あなたは信じられますか?